Have you ever wondered why the spark in your relationship feels like it's flickering, even if you still love your partner deeply? It's not always about growing apart or life's demands pulling you in different directions. Sometimes it's the quiet, unnoticed habits that creep in, habits that erode the closeness you once cherished, leaving you feeling more like roommates than lovers. You might notice it in the way you avoid lingering touches, how conversations stick to logistics, or how the idea of intimacy feels more daunting than exciting. But here's a truth most people overlook. Fading intimacy isn't an inevitable part of aging or long-term relationships. In many cases, it's the result of 5 preventable habits that silently chip away at your connection. The good news? Once you spot these intimacy thieves, you can stop them in their tracks and even reignite the warmth, trust, and passion you thought might be gone for good. In this journey, we're diving deep into the 5 most common habits that undermine intimacy, especially for couples in their 40s, 50s, or beyond who want to feel close again without forcing awkward changes or chasing fleeting fixes. Each habit might seem small on its own, but together they can dim your emotional and physical bond, leaving you disconnected from the vibrant relationship you deserve. If you're ready to rebuild trust, rediscover desire, and move through life with a partner who feels like home, stay with me. We're not just exposing what's going wrong. We're sharing practical, heartfelt ways to improve intimacy naturally, starting today. Let's begin. The first habit quietly draining your intimacy is letting routine suffocate spontaneity. Relationships thrive on moments of surprise, those unexpected glances, playful touches, or unplanned evenings that make your heart skip. But over time, life's demands, work, bills, kids, or caregiving, can lock you into a predictable rhythm. You eat dinner at the same time, watch the same shows, and fall into bed too tired to connect. The bedroom becomes a place for sleep, not closeness. This autopilot mode isn't just boring. It starves your relationship of the energy that fuels intimacy. Without spontaneity, your bond feels mechanical, and the emotional distance grows even if you don't notice it right away. Take Claire, a 52-year-old accountant married for 25 years. She and her husband had a comfortable routine: dinner at 7, TV until 10, then bed. "We were fine," she said, "but I missed feeling excited about us." When they started small acts of spontaneity, leaving a flirty note, planning a surprise picnic, or even kissing for no reason, their connection shifted. "It was like we remembered how to have fun together," she said. "I didn't realize how much I craved that spark." Try this now. Do one unexpected thing for your partner today. Leave a sweet note. Suggest a random evening walk, or hold their hand during a mundane moment. Notice how it feels. Warmer? Lighter? That's your relationship breathing again. Make spontaneity a habit. Plan a surprise date, try a new restaurant, or share a playful compliment out of nowhere. These moments disrupt the monotony, reminding you both that intimacy thrives on joy, not just duty. Keep letting routine rule, and you're starving your connection of the vibrancy it needs to flourish. But routine isn't the only intimacy killer. The second habit eroding your closeness is avoiding vulnerable conversations. Intimacy isn't just physical, it's built on emotional trust, the kind that comes from sharing your fears, dreams, and insecurities. Yet many couples sidestep these talks, sticking to safe topics like schedules or household tasks. Maybe you're afraid of judgment, conflict, or reopening old wounds, Or maybe you assume your partner already knows how you feel. But when you stop sharing your inner world, you create a wall, and intimacy can't thrive behind barriers. Over time, this silence breeds misunderstanding, resentment, and a sense of being unseen, even in a long-term relationship. Consider Tom, a 47-year-old teacher who felt disconnected from his wife after years of focusing on parenting and work. "We talked about everything except us," he said. "I didn't even know how to start." When they began setting aside 10 minutes a week to share one honest thought, maybe a worry, a hope, or a need, their bond deepened. "I learned she was scared about aging, and I admitted I felt invisible sometimes," he said. "It was hard, but it brought us closer than we'd been in years." Test it out. Tonight, ask your partner one open-ended question like, "What's been on your mind lately?" Or "What do you miss about us?" Listen without interrupting and share something honest in return. Feel that subtle shift? That's trust rebuilding. Make this a ritual. Carve out time weekly to talk about feelings, not just logistics. These conversations peel back layers, letting you see each other anew. Avoid them and you're letting your emotional connection wither, leaving intimacy on shaky ground. Now let's explore the third habit that's quietly undermining your intimacy. Neglecting physical touch outside the bedroom. Intimacy isn't just about sex, it's about the small, non-sexual touches that build warmth and safety. A hand on the shoulder, a hug after a long day, or cuddling on the couch. These gestures release oxytocin, the bonding hormone, which fosters trust and closeness. But as relationships age, many couples let these moments fade, reserving touch for rare occasions or sexual contexts. Without regular physical connection, your bond feels colder, and the leap to sexual intimacy becomes harder, like trying to run a marathon without warming up. Anna, a 55-year-old nurse, noticed she and her partner had stopped touching casually. "We'd hug maybe once a week and it felt awkward," she said. Sex was off the table because we weren't even close physically. When they started prioritizing small touches, holding hands during walks, a quick back rub, or sitting close during movies, their comfort grew. "It was like we rebuilt a bridge," she said. "Sex started feeling natural again because we were already connected." Here's a quick challenge. Touch your partner 5 times today in a non-sexual way. A hug, a pat, or a gentle hand on their arm. Notice how it feels. Cozier? Safer? That's your bond strengthening. Make this a daily habit. Aim for a few intentional touches like a morning kiss or an evening cuddle. These moments lay the groundwork for deeper intimacy, signaling to your partner that you're present and engaged. Neglect them and you're letting your connection grow distant, making closeness feel like a chore. The fourth habit sapping your intimacy is something you might not even think about: ignoring your own self-care. Intimacy thrives when both partners feel confident, healthy, and engaged in their own lives. But when you neglect your physical or mental well-being, skipping exercise, eating poorly, or letting stress run unchecked, you dim your own spark. Low energy, poor body image, or mental fog can make you withdraw, avoiding intimacy because you don't feel desirable or present. This isn't just about you, it affects your partner too, creating a cycle where both of you feel disconnected. James, a 50-year-old lawyer, felt too tired for intimacy after years of long hours and fast food. "I didn't like how I looked or felt," he said. I stopped initiating because I felt unworthy. When he started small self-care habits, walking daily, eating more vegetables, and practicing 10 minutes of mindfulness, his confidence returned. I felt alive again, he said. It wasn't just about sex, it was about wanting to connect because I felt good in my skin. Try this. Pick one self-care act today. Take a 15-minute walk, eat a healthy meal, or journal your thoughts. Notice how it shifts your mood, more energized, more grounded. That's your inner spark reigniting. Build this into your routine. Prioritize sleep, move your body, and manage stress. When you feel good, you bring your best self to your relationship, making intimacy feel natural, not forced. Ignore self-care and you're dimming your own light, making connection harder for both of you. Finally, the fifth habit draining your intimacy is letting fear of change stop you. Rebuilding closeness can feel daunting, especially if it's been months or years since you felt truly connected. Maybe you worry about rejection, physical limitations, or awkwardness. Or perhaps you've settled into a good enough routine, afraid to rock the boat. But intimacy thrives on courage, the willingness to try, even when it feels risky. When you let fear hold you back, you reinforce distance, telling yourself and your partner that change isn't worth the effort. Over time, this resignation locks your relationship in a stale, unfulfilling place. Laura, a 48-year-old therapist, hadn't been intimate with her husband in over a year. "I was scared it would feel forced or we'd fail," she said. When they started small, talking openly about their fears, trying a new activity together, and being patient, their connection grew. "It wasn't perfect, but it was us trying," she said. "That effort made me fall in love with him again." Try this now. Name one fear holding you back from intimacy. Maybe it's awkwardness or feeling out of practice. Now take one tiny step past it. Share that fear with your partner or suggest a low-pressure way to reconnect, like a date night. Feel that flicker of hope? That's your relationship waking up. Make courage a habit. Take small risks weekly, like initiating a touch or planning a meaningful moment. Each step builds trust and momentum. Let fear win, and you're choosing distance over the closeness you both crave. As the days unfold, imagine this. Instead of feeling like strangers sharing a home, you're laughing together, touching easily, and rediscovering the joy of being close. That's not a fantasy. It's what happens when you tackle these 5 intimacy-draining habits. Start small. Pick one. Maybe a spontaneous gesture, a vulnerable talk, or a moment of self-care, and build from there. Each change is like adding kindling to a fire, warming your connection bit by bit. Think about Claire, who found joy in surprise, or Tom, who rebuilt trust through honest talks. Anna, James, and Laura, they all learned that small shifts create massive ripples. You don't need to overhaul your relationship, you just need to notice where intimacy is slipping and take one step to catch it. Picture yourself a month from now. You're sharing a quiet moment with your partner, feeling seen and desired. Your conversations are richer, your touch is warmer, and your bond stronger than it's been in years. That's the power of breaking these habits. Your intimacy isn't gone, it's just waiting for you to reclaim it. So, what's your first step? Maybe it's leaving a note, starting a heartfelt talk, or taking a walk to feel alive again. Whatever it is, start today. Your heart, your partner, and your future selves will thank you. Because when you stop these habits, you're not just saving intimacy. You're unlocking a relationship that's vibrant, connected, and fully yours.